it's Ashley, your scrapping nerd, and I'm back today with a layout for Scraplift Crafternoon, and it's where a bunch of my crafty peeps and I get together and we scraplift an amazing layout from an amazing creator. And this week is especially exciting because we're scraplifting Christine for her birthday month, so happy birthday, Christine. And she is scrapping Harden, so make sure you go give her all the loves, tell her happy birthday. And she had the amazing layout that we picked that you saw at the top of the video. And so I pulled in my Minte antique shop paper that I had, as well as the ephemera bits. And then I also pulled in my Wings of Freedom from Craft-A-Clock, the cut-aparts that you fussy cut yourself. I think that these collections go really well together. And so I will fussy cut out a bunch of the floral. I follow Christine's layout pretty closely and because it's just beautiful. And so this is going to be my background, and she had matted her layout as well. So I just pulled in a brown cardstock from my stash and I gutted it so that I could also mat my photo with it. And you saw that I also pulled in my Distress spray stain in Vintage Photo. And I just wanted to add more grunge to this paper. And like I said, this is the antique shop. I just love the back of this paper. I have one other piece of this, and so I'll have to use the floral on another layout because it's beautiful. But I obviously didn't use that this time because I'm going to be making the circles with the floral like Christine had in her layout. And so this Vintage Photo, like I said, I wanted to grunge it up a bit in the background. So I pulled in my bubble wrap, and then I just did the packaging technique on the back. And then it's kind of funny because in the end I cover up most of it. But that is usually how it goes. You do see some of it still peeking out between the circle bits. But I definitely covered up most of this. And I like to use the bubble wrap because it adds kind of texture to the packaging technique. For some reason, when I do the packaging technique with just a plain piece of plastic, I get more globbies instead of a nice kind of textured look to it. So I do something wrong. But I found that if I just use this bubble wrap, because I have a million of it from work, so I just cut little pieces out, and then the bubbles help to add texture, and then it just doesn't become just a blob of the color. And so I'm then going to mat my photo with that brown paper, like I said. And I didn't double mat the photo, which is different than what I normally do. It seems like I've been double matting a lot lately. But I just did the brown photo mat for the photo. And I think that it works out really well. And this is a photo of my husband and I, and we are at the entrance to Ellis Island. And I thought I was going to do two photos, but it's kind of the same photo, we just had different faces. And so I just decided I would do the one like Christine had. And so now you can see I fussy cut all of my floral out. And I grabbed the plate that I have in my craft room to try to make my florals go in a circle, because I can't seem to keep them in a circle because I add and add and add and add, and in the end it's not a circle. So I thought, okay, well this time let's try to shape it from the start. So I did. I used that and I put it around, and it looks good in a circle. But wait till the end, because then I feel like it's not so much a circle anymore. But the idea is there. And so I wanted to have the first layer of the floral is flat. And then I took the pieces I'm going to fill in those holes, and I popped them up on foam. And this is just some craft foam. And so it's not very thick, but it's enough to just add some dimension to the circle. And when I was starting this, I didn't think I was going to do the left side circle. I thought I was just going to do only the circle on the right. But after I get all of the floral down, I decide, you know what? No, I'll do a circle on the left. And I don't think Christine's layout had anything in the left circle, but I, of course, being myself, am going to pack this layout full of things. And so I will also be adding ephemera bits and everything to the left side of circle that I put in the end. And so I also was originally going to have my photo lower on the circle like she did, but I decided to move it more towards the middle to add more floral to my circle. But you can already see at the top there, it's not very circly. It kind of has like a diagonal, maybe closer to a square. I don't know. It's so weird why this happens, but it does all the time. And so even using my plate, it didn't help me try to keep that circle part. But I still really like the layout, and you can see where my inspiration came from. And so these fussy cut elements, some of them had like little kind of steampunk themes in them. So this one has some gears and a clock, and I thought that was perfect. It kind of adds to the vintage idea of this being Ellis Island. And so I put a couple of those things in to add to the floral, and they have the floral in them. And so I took this elongated piece and I cut it in half just to put on either side. And that one on the left side with the clock will be popped up on foam as well. And then I went in my memorabilia bag because I keep everything until I'm done with my scrapbooks for a trip. And so we purchase lapel pins every place we go, and we have a board that we put them on. And so this was actually the packaging for the lapel pin that we got at Ellis Island. And so I just cut out the bottom part that said Ellis Island, and I thought I was going to use the top part, but I'll put that back in my memory box until I'm done with the album, because I thought the silver kind of took away from the layout. But I had fussy cut out this frame, and so I cut that in half and put it on in with both of the circles, or more square like. Now as we move along, you can see how my circle is leaving and it's more of just square or a hoopty. I don't even know that it's a square, but I got those on each side, and then I just started to pack everything in, and I pulled in some of the little tiny florals that I had fussy cut out, and then I put some gears kind of mixed in to these circles. And I thought I was going to move that little Ellis Island tag over there, but it does stay on the left side. And then all the little leaves that I fussy cut out, I just started to kind of scatter all over the both sides of the layout within the floral, just to add more to the circles like I needed it, but to add more to it. And I really like how that just kind of adds a little something to them. And then I wanted to do a little floral cluster in the bottom right corner of the photo. But while I'm finishing up packing this layout full of all the goodness, make sure that you check out all the links below to hop along with everyone that is scraplifting Christine today for her birthday. There is a playlist, so that makes it pretty easy. You can just hit play and watch us all. And there is links to all their social media, so make sure you go over there and give them loves. And likes and subscribes. I want to say thank you to everyone that has liked and subscribed to my channel. I really appreciate it. If you haven't yet, go ahead and hit those buttons below. And then you can hit the little bell for notifications. And lastly, I found in the antique shop ephemera bits this little trunk that I thought it had to go on there, and then the little globe on the left side. But yeah, that's going to be all the ephemera that I pack on here. And as you can see, we are no longer circle, we're a different kind of shape. But I like how this turned out, and these florals are just really pretty. So again, thanks everyone, and I hope that you have a great day. Bye.